There will be moments in your life when everything feels heavy. You wake up in the morning, but your heart feels tired even before the day begins. You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering how you will find the strength to face another day that looks exactly like the one before. Your body may be rested, but your mind feels worn out, and your soul feels quiet and exhausted. You feel tired not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And the hardest part is that you don't always know why. Nothing terrible may have happened. There was no big disaster, no loud failure, no clear reason for the heaviness you feel. Yet something inside you feels broken, lost, or empty. On days like these, the world feels distant. You watch people living their lives, laughing, achieving, celebrating milestones, moving forward, and you feel like you are standing still, watching everything pass by while you remain in the same place. You scroll through screens and see success stories and smiling faces. You see people who seem confident and certain about where they are going. Slowly, silently, a voice inside your mind begins to speak. It asks questions that hurt more than answers ever could. Why not me? What am I doing wrong? Am I not good enough? That voice can be cruel. It compares your beginning to someone else's middle. It compares your struggle to someone else's success. It ignores your effort and focuses only on your results. And before you realize it, you begin to doubt yourself. You start doubting your abilities, you doubt your choices, you doubt your dreams. You wonder if you waited too long, if you missed your chance, if you're falling behind in life. But listen carefully. You are not behind. Life is not a race. It was never meant to be. There is no single timeline that everyone must follow. There is no universal clock that decides when you should succeed, heal, grow, or find happiness. Some people bloom early in life. Some bloom later. Some bloom quietly, without applause or attention, and all of them are still blooming. Just because your progress is quiet does not mean it is not real. Just because others cannot see your growth does not mean it is not happening. Growth does not always announce itself. Sometimes it happens slowly, silently, deep inside you. Think about the strongest trees you have ever seen. Before they rise high into the sky, before they offer shade or bear fruit, they spend years growing roots deep underground. No one praises them for that. No one claps for roots. But without them, the tree would never stand. You are doing the same thing. Even when no one notices, even when no one understands, even when you feel invisible, you are building something strong inside yourself. There will be days when your efforts go unseen, days when your kindness is forgotten, days when your silence is misunderstood. You try your best, yet it feels like it is never enough. You work harder, yet the results do not come. Discouragement slowly enters your heart. You begin to wonder what the point is. Why keep trying when nothing seems to change? The point is who you are becoming. Every time you choose to show up when it is difficult, when it hurts, when you feel unmotivated, you are building strength that no one can take away from you. Strength is not always loud. Strength is not always confident or fearless. Sometimes strength looks like getting out of bed on a day you wanted to stay hidden. Sometimes strength looks like continuing even while your hands are shaking. Sometimes strength looks like resting instead of quitting. You do not have to be strong every day. You do not have to fight every battle. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to feel sad. You are allowed to feel lost. These feelings do not mean you are weak. They mean you are human. Feeling tired does not mean you are giving up. Feeling lost does not mean you are defeated. Feeling overwhelmed does not mean you have failed. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to take a breath. You are allowed to slow down. Just don't disappear. Just don't stop believing in yourself completely. There were moments in your life that you thought would break you. Nights when you cried quietly so no one would hear. Days when you smiled on the outside while feeling empty on the inside. Moments when you questioned your worth and wondered if anyone would notice if you stopped trying. But you survived those moments. You are still here. That matters. Every tear you cried carried strength with it. Every painful experience taught you something about yourself. Every struggle shaped you in ways you do not yet understand. You do not need to be perfect to be worthy. You do not need to have everything figured out to be valuable. You do not need to move fast to move forward. Even a small step is still a step. Even slow progress is still progress. One day, you will look back at this version of yourself with gratitude. You will realize that the days you wanted to quit were the days that shaped your character the most. They taught you patience. They taught you compassion. They taught you resilience. So breathe. Be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself with kindness, not criticism. Treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love who is struggling. Your story is not over yet. This chapter is not the end. There are pages ahead that you have not read, moments you have not lived, strength you have not yet discovered. And the world still needs something only you can offer. Your voice, your perspective, your kindness, your light. Even if you cannot see it now, even if you do not believe it yet, you matter. And as long as you are still here, there is hope.